Hi, everyone. This is Sarah Catherine Gutierrez back with this week's Save Yourself column. And today I want to express gratitude for the readers of the Save Yourself column who have written to me, who have given me feedback on columns. But today, especially, I want to thank folks who've given me the ideas for future columns. And a very large group of people have asked me to talk more about retiree issues, namely around investing. So today is one of those responses, and I hope there will be more to come. And please, please, please keep these ideas coming to me. You can't imagine how much I appreciate them, and getting more ideas for future columns. So today, what I decided to do was address investing from a person who's about to retire, and the different services this person can engage in to invest their retirement. So let's just establish that many people have their entire careers, in a handful of workplaces, and the majority of their retirements are made up in the investments in the workplace retirement plan. So going from 401k to 403b, just moving that money, from job to job and growing it over time in maybe a mostly, at least in recent history, passive portfolio. And so it's worth acknowledging that, a pretty DIY approach kind of got you here, right? So you had an investment menu, you chose from the investment menu, maybe got a little bit of help over time, but largely you've done it. So congratulations, you can do this. Even if you don't feel like it was hard, it's still worth recognizing that you did this. Now, it's really interesting. So a lot of people just default to the fact that, I did pretty much grow this on my own, but now in retirement, I'm going to roll it out and let someone manage it. Now, that might be the right option. It might be right that, for a lot of reasons, and I lay them out in the column, it might make the most sense for you to do the most expensive option, which is to have an investment advisor actively manage your money and purchase potentially, mutual funds, which of course have some fees implicated in those too. So it's, again, expensive, but could be really appropriate for a lot of people. Now, it used to be the case I was really the only option that people had. And really, as much as even a decade ago, that might have been really the default option for people, but things are changing quickly. And the industry is really accommodating various levels of people wanting to manage their own money, maybe out of their own personal interest to do it, but also to save on fees. And I go through a little bit of why it's important to save on fees, why it's not necessarily that we hire someone and they can overcome their own fees by outperformance in the market. It's just not the case anymore. And so it's really smart for people who are facing retirement to take a hard look at all of these options and be able to evaluate them for yourself, and then to be able to decide which one will be the best one on a short-term basis and a long-term basis. So you can see those different options. They're ranging from, again, someone completely managing, handling everything, all the way to, hiring a robo-advisor or some of these personalized investment services that companies like Schwab and Fidelity and Vanguard can offer, and then all the way down to a fully DIY portfolio, meaning you do it yourself, meaning you have total control over those investments. It's not nearly as scary as that might seem for folks. So this is just the time to evaluate. Mainly, I want people to take away that you don't have to be in a hurry. If you've got your life savings in a retirement plan, you don't have to roll it out the day you leave your company. You can leave it in there for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and really take a deep breath and use that time in retirement, when you actually have time, to maybe read a couple books, maybe think a little bit more about it. So that's my advice for today is make sure you know what your options are, be able to know what's right for you, and then make a choice on your own timing. I also talk a little bit about the passing of a great man, David Swensen, who was the chief investment officer of Yale's endowment. And the reason I call him out in his recent passing is he's a big advocate for the average investor, which he defines as people who have millions and millions and millions of dollars as being average investors. But he really, I think, paved the path to people seeing, wait a minute, I can actually invest for myself, because I can buy these passive funds that buy the whole market at really low fees. So I feel like he's a very empowering force for the average investor, and worth kind of memorializing in this week's column. So folks, I hope you have enough food for thought for your future money, and as always, I wish you happy saving.